they're gonna put just enough horror elements. It's gonna be like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where it's like a little pussy fest version of Evil Dead. Like everyone says, like, oh, it's the new Evil Dead movie. It's Evil Dead, like baby's first Evil Dead. Gwen can't even go a single day without pranking me or something. She put hot sauce in my fucking underwear the other day. My balls were burning. They were burning off. I thought they were gonna fall off. I was gonna look like fucking Quentin Tarantino from Planet Terror when his dick starts falling off. Gwen fucks with my comic books and doesn't put them back in the fucking sleeves. I don't do that to her comic books. It's just, she just has no respect for my stuff. She fucking broke my fucking Horde Trooper yesterday. She threw it and also busted the fucking Spooky Town. She broke the little sign off the little witch house. What in the fuck, man? I try my best to avoid talking about superhero movies. Not because I don't like superheroes. I do like superheroes. I got this little piggy bank of Robin that he's like so swole. Look at this. He's like so jacked. I love it. He's so sexy. It's a grown man Robin. That's what I want. I try my best to avoid talking about superhero movies just because it's like so fucking saturated on YouTube. And I like horror films. I want to be a horror movie guy. I don't want to be known as a superhero guy. I saw Thor Love and Thunder though because I had some kiddos that wanted to see it. And I didn't hate this movie, but this was like, okay, so Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're basically using Thor Love and Thunder to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole to an extent. When I was a kid, I was really into the Marvel movies. When Iron Man came out, that was like the coolest thing ever. I got to see that for my birthday, and it was the fucking best movie. I got to see Iron Man 2 for my birthday when it came out, and they were building up to the Avengers, and I was really into comic books, so I was so excited for that, and I'd watched like all the animated shit, like the Ultimate Avengers movie. I was like, oh, they're gonna make that, but real life. And then when Tony Stark showed up in the Incredible Hulk movie, I'm like, yes, here we go, here we go. And I would say I was super into the Marvel Cinematic Universe up until, I think, Iron Man 3. That feels like the last one that I was like crazy fucking hyped for. And I loved going to see that. I had issues with it, obviously. I thought the Mandarin thing was fucking dumb. But the movie itself, if you just look at it as an isolated thing that completely ignoring how disrespectful it is to the source material, I was like, yes. Iron Man 3 was really good. I really liked Shane Black as a director. I really liked how kind of it felt like a movie still. Iron Man 3, though, was heavily criticized by fans, and that was when Marvel got really fucking scared, and they're like, okay, now everything has to be very fucking samey. So, I loved the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that was a masterpiece, and I thought the second one was also a masterpiece. I really liked Ant-Man. I would have liked it better had Edgar Wright stayed on, but I did like it for what Edgar Wright still remained in the DNA of that movie. I liked that movie. I really liked Thor Ragnarok. Avengers Infinity War I thought was fucking awesome. Was so awesome. Avengers Endgame kind of let me down though. Avengers Age of Ultron I thought sucked too. I rewatched that recently and like, yeah, it's watchable, but fuck me. This is the sequel to The Avengers, a movie that was like such a fucking huge deal. And like, but the Avengers Age of Ultron just felt like we had to check the box. Like, well, they gotta have a second one. So here you go. Here's the second one. But so much of it was just so bland. I just didn't give a fuck. And it was like the first time that when I was younger and I remember like all my friends were like, yeah, we're going to see the new Avengers movie. But that was like the first one that nobody went to see with me. And I was kind of sad. And so I watched by myself and I just felt very depressed while watching it. It just like all the fun was gone. Captain America Civil War, again, I didn't get to see with anybody. I got to watch by myself. So that like community aspect of it was taken from me. So it was just left with the movie. And the movie was fine. But I had issues with it and that's when Marvel fans started to get really fucking set in their ways that if you had any issue with any fucking thing at all, it's because you're a DC fan, you're a Marvel hater, you just hate them because they're successful, and they start like this like fucking sports team bullshit where like Marvel, just everything they do has to be gold. And I hated that so fucking much, and it almost made me what they were saying I was, where I was just a Marvel hater, because then it was like anything Marvel would do, I'd just be like, oh. And I don't want to be like that. I want to have fun with these movies, and it felt like everyone was having fun except me, and so I was getting kind of left out.
How's it working out with Gwen?
Oh my fucking god, that fucking bitch.
So, how's it like living with Dante?
It's ass.
I liked it a lot better when it was just my apartment and me, and you also lingering around recording me without my knowledge.
Sleeping situation is ridiculous. Okay, we have one fucking bed. We should at least have two. If I sleep on the couch, if I sleep in the chair, if I sleep on the floor, he's right there next to me, and he constantly kicks me. And then when I sleep on my own, he fucks with me in my sleep.
Look, I like Gwen. I think Gwen is a really nice lady. And she's very helpful, and yes, she saved my life a couple times, but fuck, man, okay, I felt bad, because I was trying to go around and make amends with people. I had gotten all that money from Oswald, I sent money to Barry's family, I sent money to Luke's family, I sent money to all these other people's families, and I had a bunch of money left over. And then I bumped into Gwen again, we fought this werewolf together, it worked out great. I paid Gwen back the $10 that I owed her for that Yu-Gi-Oh duel that I clearly should have won if Gwen was using a fucking tournament legal deck.
Did I mention he falls asleep in the bathtub? Like, what is that? Who does that?
Anytime we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, motherfucking Gwen busts out the Exodia deck. She mains a fucking Exodia. Dave, is Exodia even tournament legal? It hasn't been tournament legal for fucking years. She has like 8 fucking pot of greeds in that fucking deck, I swear to God. She pulls like every other fucking hand. Oh, pot of greed. Draw another 2 cards. Get the fuck out of my face, you fucking cheating bitch.
And he's extremely immature. He de-pantses me at the worst possible times. For example, the other day, I'm telling this lady, okay, that her fucking son was killed by a werewolf, and he fucking pulls my pants down. For what?
Well, was it funny?
I mean, kinda. But he can't know that, so cut that part out.
Captain Marvel, I'm a big fan of the character, and I saw that movie, and I didn't like the movie, and now I ironically started liking the movie, and now I just like the movie, but it's such a fucking shit movie, but I enjoy the movie. I have a poster for it over there, and I've got like every Captain Marvel action figure released. Hopefully something comes of that character, and it's not just shit, but I got really fucking burnt out on the Marvel formula, which I'm not even going to explain. We all know what it is by now, but the post-credit scenes and the lockdown camera angles and the bad CGI, which it's gotten bad, people. They work these poor fucking CGI artists into the goddamn dirt to make these substandard fucking special effects sequences that are just embarrassing. Even Avengers Avengers Infinity, or not Infinity War, Endgame, had a lot of really fucking wonk-ass CGI in it, and I was just like, is this the peak? Like, did we get so far up that we flew too close to the sun? Yes! That's what happened. And Endgame just really was like it was satisfying, but after it was over, I was like, okay, I'm emotionally done with these movies. Spider-Man Far From Home came out, I saw that and I enjoyed it, but I've never seen it since then. Same with Spider-Man Homecoming, and even fucking No Way Home, the movie that everyone shit their fucking panties over. I liked it, but I wasn't like crying and seeing it hundreds of times. I just it was awesome to see Tobey Maguire come back. That was my Spider-Man. I grew up with him, and I thought the way that they played off each other was really well, but at the end of the day, as a movie, just the way it was shot, it was still just standard Marvel bullshit. And I was just fucking over it. Seriously, I enjoyed it for what it was. And then I went home and I forgot about the fucking thing. It's not one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. It's not even fucking close to being the best Spider-Man movie of all time. Anyone that says it is speaking just because they fucking cried when all the Spider-Men swung at the same time together and it just gave them goosebumps and they jizzed in their fucking Spider-Man tighty-whities because they were all there at the same. I just didn't fucking care. I didn't care that hard about it. I cared. I was like, oh, that's really cool. But I just didn't... That didn't blow me the fuck so far away that I had to, like... It brought me back on board. That was like, I came back for that. I didn't see Black Widow. It looked like shit. I wanted to see Shang-Chi, but then, like, the trailers, like, just looked like shit. So I watched it on Disney Plus when it came out, and I enjoyed it a lot. And then they... Like, that about an hour in, it becomes something else, and I fucking hated that movie. Shang-Chi was fucking terrible in that second half, where they go to, like, the other realm, and there's the dragons, and then the fucking CGI, and the stupid animal sidekicks, and Ben Kingsley, and the comic relief. I'm so over Marvel comedy. I've bitched about it in my Halloween 2018 video, where that Marvel style, like, quippy fucking, like, jokey McJokestein, like, interrupting shit, I'm so fucking done with everything needing to have comedic relief that's poorly timed, it doesn't fucking land, I'm done with it. I fucking had it. It's my biggest pet peeve now in a movie, is just dumb comedy that doesn't feel organic to the movie, that just feels like it's there because we gotta have the soccer moms giggle about something. So now you can probably imagine what I thought of Thor Love and Thunder. Like, yes, it was nice the first month to have somebody around, but now Gwen needs to go. She's gotta find somewhere else to fucking go. I'm getting sick of this nonsense.
Have you tried talking to Gwen about this stuff?
Yes, I've tried talking to Gwen. I might have raised my voice a bit, might have called her some names a bit, but I still felt like I more or less communicated the message that I wanted to get across. I mean, look, we're at an impasse, and the fact of the matter is, this is my house, and so if she's gonna continue to be a fucking bitch, she can find somewhere else to live.
And I don't even have a place to put my things. I don't get a drawer, I don't get a dresser, I don't even get a box.
But why the fridge?
It keeps the girl cool down, you know?
What about the thong in the cupboard? It's not very cold in there.
Thong? You wanna talk about thongs? He wears fucking thongs!
No, I fucking don't,
yes,
Gwen!
Yes, you do!
I do not!
Yes, you do!
I
bet you're wearing one right now.
I'm not wearing one.
Really?
I never have worn
really?
one, so...
Let's see your underwear then. Show them.
No, you perverted fucking weirdo.
It's not perverted. Just show a little sneak peek of your underwear. Come on, let's see it. No. Turn around. Let's see the back.
No! I'm not gonna show you my
business
ass.
In the front, party in the back.
I'm not
Turn
gonna
around.
show you my fucking...
Because you're wearing a thong.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, you wear
you're
thongs.
Wearing a thong.
You wear
You're wearing a thong.
Gwen wears thongs.
Dante wears thongs.
Well, it's... Why is it embarrassing if Dante does and Gwen does?
So you're admitting that you do?
No, I don't. I'm just saying if you wore them too, which you do, because I found it in the cupboard.
Yeah, I'm a woman.
So? That's a double standard.
Come on, let's see it. Let's see the whale tail.
I'm not gonna show you.
Let's see that thong.
No, you. I see your whale tail all the fucking time.
So let's see yours.
No, I'm not.
So you're admitting you have one.
No, I'm not wearing one, Gwen. I just gotta go out to my car to get something. I'm sick of living in this fucking hellhole. Thor: Love and Thunder is a perfectly watchable movie. Christian Bale did a pretty good job as the villain. Chris Hemsworth looks like he's having tons of fun and is super sexy as this character. Like, unbelievably sexy. Makes the movie way more watchable that he's in it. You know, I like Korg, I like Valkyrie, I liked Natalie Portman, but it's just fucking boring. It's shitty CGI, it's a never-ending fucking joke fest, it's inconsequential, it doesn't fucking matter to the grander MCU. Now, in the old days, I'd say that was fine. Like, Iron Man 2 didn't fucking matter, but, like, it felt like a movie. This still feels like we're checking a box. Like, we need to have another Thor product to keep Thor, you know, relevant. And it didn't feel like they cared about this story. They wasted the Gore the God Butcher and the Mighty Thor storyline with the female Thor and stuff like that. They wasted both those things in this movie. In this straight up fucking comedy. Thor Ragnarok was also a comedy, yes. But Thor Ragnarok felt like a fucking movie too at times. This was just way too fucking far into that fucking realm. I did not hate it. The kids I took to see it, they had fun. Another thing is I'm just really fucking over the female Marvel characters getting just a bye the whole time. And what I mean by that is like Valkyrie and Natalie Portman's character, you don't ever see them just get punched in the face by a villain, but you'll see, like, Thor obviously get the shit beat out of him. And you might say, oh, well, Natalie Portman was all fucked up at the end of this movie. She's all bleeding and she had that big fight. Yeah, but go back and watch that fight. Do you ever see Gore land a really fucking painful looking hit on her? No, you don't. Now you might say, well, it makes people uncomfortable to have, like, a male character just hit a female character. There's tons of times in Marvel movies where you can see, like, Black Widow fight that chick, the evil villain chick from fucking Infinity War, and then the other girls will team up and help her, and then the girls can apparently hit the girls. This is a problem. I'm a pro wrestling fan. I have a problem with this in pro wrestling, where they won't let women wrestle men, or if they do, the women can just hit infinite hits on men, but men can't hit them back. Or they'll act like they can't, even though they very clearly could just hit them with a move. And it just feels dumb, because I love the female characters, and I want to see them be relevant, and also have interesting fights where they're challenged on a physical level by opponents that are equal to them. Captain Marvel, this is going to become a big fucking issue with, because they're never going to let a male character just hit her. They're going to let them hit them with like an energy blast that pushes them really far, and they hit a wall or something. But they're not going to get punched. I probably sound like a psychopath, but I'm just so tired of, like, the transparency of it. And the sterileness of it. Like, it's so, that's what I mean, it's so safe. It's so sterile. We gotta have this amount of jokes. We gotta have this amount of, you know, relief time. We need to have female characters, but they're not really allowed to do anything of substantial worth. So, like, we get to check the box and act like we're being progressive when we're really not, because they don't get to do anything. That's the part that pisses me off, is I want them to do something. But they can only do something if it's within, like, the safe little sandbox. Little tiny sandbox. Not a whole beach to play on, which is what they used to have, it felt like. But just a little tiny, like, safe one. And they're so sexless. We can sexualize the male characters as long as it's kind of like a comedic way, like they did with Thor in this movie. But they're not going to sexualize Thor in, like, a actual, like, sexual way. It's going to be just comedic relief way. And, you know, for, like, the moms to go, like, ooh, hubba, hubba. But, like, it's not, like, in an actual, like, a sexual way. That sterility. Is sterility a word? That sterile nature that I'm talking about, where everything's just so safe and so, you know, everyone can play. I just wish movies had grit again. This movie felt so clean. It felt so disposable. It felt so forgettable. I don't really have anything more to say about it. That was my review for Thor Love and Thunder, which is also a review of the greater MCU at large. I have not watched WandaVision or Loki. I'm sure Loki is great. Everyone says it's great. I tried watching Falcon and Winter Soldier. It fucking sucked. It sucks so bad. Fuck, it's so boring. Christ. I'm a fucking idiot. Just stop it. God damn it. God! God damn it, Gwen!
I told you you were in a thong!
Fuck!
Did you see that shit? That fucking was funny. Oh my god, Dante, are you fucking serious?
What are you wearing, Gwen?
Underwear!
You got butterflies on them!
It's laundry day!
No,
We just did laundry day.
Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up! You and your fucking thong!
That's not as bad as wearing little fucking kitty butterfly underwear!
Okay, whale tail!
Since you were fucking...
Whale tail!
It's a double standard, Gwen!
No, it's not!
Oh, I miss Iron Man. I miss fucking... Dude, the Punisher! That's my fucking favorite Marvel character. Or the Fantastic Four. I've got all these Fantastic Four action figures. There's more up there. Huge fucking Fantastic Four fan. And I want them to really nail those characters. I want it to be like the fresh start. Like, these are the new guys that we're gonna build the MCU around. I love the Fantastic Four, and I want to see them done so well. I want them to nail the Fantastic Four. I want Iron Man for the Fantastic Four, where this is their foot out the door. We're introducing these new characters into this new setting. Let's really fucking do it. I don't want Thor Love and Thunder with Fantastic Four in it. I don't want a comedy fucking jokey CGI puke movie. I want a real fucking movie with story and characters and stakes and weight behind it. But I don't think that Marvel's capable of making those movies anymore. Marvel makes fun nights out. They make a fun night out at the movies. None of them are fucking unwatchable. I mean, sure, some of them might be, but like none of them are like the worst thing you've ever seen. They all just make very wide net, palatable, easy to watch movies. That's all they're concerned about doing anymore. And that's what I'm saying is I want them to take a bit more risks. Blade, I love Blade, but that Blade movie's probably gonna be just a really safe looking, they're gonna put just enough horror elements. It's gonna be like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where it's like a little pussy fest version of Evil Dead. Like everyone says like, oh, it's the new Evil Dead movie. It's Evil Dead, like baby's first Evil Dead. Make a fucking, like, I'm not asking for Doctor Strange to, like, chainsaw through a bitch's fucking body, but just something with a bit more risk behind it. They still played it so safe. They just used, like, the iconography and the aesthetics of Evil Dead to trick you into thinking they're being risque when they're really not at all. They're not being risque at all. Okay. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Dante's Drive-In. I will see you in a couple weeks when we make another one, I imagine. Fucking butterflies! What do you got? Yeah! Fucking nose, what? Stop doing it, fucking old bitch! Fucking dress me again, I'll beat you fucking God damn
Had enough yet?
Had enough.